We begin in Bali, Indonesia, where the G20 summit is well underway, with global leaders seeking common ground on some of the world's more pressing concerns. For more, I have my colleague Moon Connyoung standing by live in Bali with the latest. Now, Connyoung, I hear it's been all business for President Yoon Suk-yeol there in Bali. Do fill us in.
That's right, Sunny. President Yoon Suk-yeol is here in Bali along with his colleagues, leaders of the group of 20 nations to attend the G20 summit. Now, this is his second leg of a six-day two-nation tour, which also took him to Phnom Penh, Cambodia last week. Today, this week, he's in Bali, and right now, he's doing just that, taking part in the G20 summit. But earlier in the day, we found out that President Yoon will be sitting down with President Xi of China later in the day for bilateral. Now, that is something that we here in the press pool have been looking forward to and wondering whether that will be happening or not. And that is because he comes fresh off of tri and bilaterals with his counterparts, U.S. counterpart and Japanese counterpart in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, on the sidelines of the East Asia Summit. Now, there they issued a joint communique, joint statement condemning North Korea, and of course, issuing a statement declaring peace and stability, a regional order based on freedom and values. So we'll have to wait and see what the Chinese reaction to that would be. So we were wondering whether a bilat between Yoon and Xi will happen, and we are learning that a bilat will be happening in the next few hours. Now, we do not expect any tangible results, any deliverables, any joint communique from this very first meeting between President Yoon and President Xi, as this is significant in the fact that they're meeting alone. The last time that leaders of South Korea and China met was within the framework of a trilateral South Korea, China, Japan trilateral summit back in December 2019. So the fact that they're meeting is significant, and this is the very first meeting between Yoon and Xi. So this is a tad bit more than a breaking of ice between the two men. But we do expect the two men to discuss North Korea's missile and nuclear programs, as North Korea ratchets up tensions in Northeast Asia and all across the world with its unprecedented pace of launching missiles and firing artilleries. And of course, experts warning that a nuclear test is imminent. And of course, President Yoon Suk-yeol just declared South Korea's new Indo-Pacific strategy, in which he declared that he endorses a regional order based on freedom and value. Now, just this weekend, the three leaders of South Korea, U.S., and Japan issued a statement declaring that they endorse maintaining peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. That's not going to sit well with the Chinese leaders. So we want to find out what the Chinese president has to say to South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol regarding that, as this is a shift in stance by President Yoon Suk-yeol from his predecessor, President Moon Jae-in. Following his summit with President Biden yesterday, Chinese President Xi Jinping is reported to have said that Taiwan is his red line. U.S. or any other country should not involve themselves in the Taiwan issue. So we'll have to wait and see what Chinese President Xi has to say to South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol regarding that issue. So it would be interesting to watch that, Sunny.
Right, Connyoung, and aside from the Seoul-Beijing summit, what more can you tell us about the president's remaining agenda within the framework of the G20 there in Bali?
Right. So as much as this bilateral is important, we got to remember that this is President Yoon Suk-yeol's G20 debut. He did take part in the food and energy security session in the morning, where he did deliver a speech, which we will be updating you on later in our newscast. Later in the afternoon, he will also take part in the health security session. Of course, South Korea has lots to talk about in that area, as says we want to be a leader in the pandemic era, where we want to provide more in terms of vaccine development. So we'll bring you more updates on that. He'll take part more on the sideline events of the G20 before returning home late at night. Sunny.
Right, I see. All right, Connyoung, thank you for that coverage. That was our top office correspondent Moon Connyoung reporting live from Bali.